Hi, this is TSG Multimedia's Dan Cortopassi, and today I'm reviewing an N-scale Kato FEF-3 484 locomotive. This is decorated as Union Pacific 844 as it appears today in excursion service. The lettering is all very crisp. There's even small lettering under the cab numbers and on the back of the tender. The paint job is really nicely done, and the paint actually looks better, I think, in person than it does sometimes on camera. Sometimes on camera it looks a little bit too glossy and toy-like, but in person it just looks shiny like the real engine often appears after it's been washed. It seems to be a pretty accurate rendering and very nicely detailed. This locomotive comes in two versions, either DC or with DCC installed. This happens to be the DCC version, which comes with a TCS decoder. It's not sound, but it does run very nicely, and the light works. You can turn it on and off. The red light doesn't operate on this model as it is from the factory, so if you wanted that to operate, you'd have to do something to it. And there is no backup light either, just the front headlight. There's no coupler on the front, however, they do include an alternate pilot which has a coupler, one of the Kato knuckle couplers. So if you wanted to run it with another engine, you could substitute that pilot. Normally 844, when it's running, has the pilot closed, so this is what it would look like anyway most of the time. So again, as I said, the tender has a backup light, but it's not operational. The coupler is one of the Kato knuckle couplers, and it matches the microtrain's gauge and height. Although I find that these sometimes are a little bit difficult to couple to a microtrain's coupler. Some people may want to change that over if operation is a big concern with non-Kato equipment. All of the wheels checked out against the NMRA standards gauge. There's a set of traction tires on the third set of drivers, and from what I can tell, the drivers on the engine and the front four wheels and rear four wheels of the tender are used for electrical pickup. The rest of the wheels seem to be not energized. That should still be plenty of electrical pickup for most uses. The engine and tender are permanently coupled by a drawbar, and it doesn't seem like that comes apart unless I'm missing something. So you most likely would just always want to leave them together. This locomotive can be a little bit difficult to get on the track because the tender wheels, the center ones, that probably to accommodate going around sharp curves, move independently, and then these move independently. So getting the tender on the track can be a little hard. This is one situation where having a re-railer or something like that might help. I've gotten it on the track a few times, but sometimes one wheel will be off and then you lift it and then another wheel is off. So it can be a little bit of a challenge, but other than that, works fine. All the wheels also have nice low profile flanges. The locomotive operates extremely smoothly and quietly. So overall, I think this is a really nice model and would make a great addition to anyone with a Union Pacific layout set in the modern era when you have a 844 running around doing excursions. I think I will take off one spike for the tender being so hard to get on the track. I'm not really crazy, to be honest, about the Kato couplers, but I'll let that go because that's really more of a preference. And if you're going to run the train with other Kato equipment that's got the same couplers, it should be just fine. So I guess my verdict on this one is 9 out of 10 spikes.